Do you like my hair?
Yeah, I got that slicked back. Daisy likes it too. All right, good morning, you guys. So we're actually heading to the gym here in a second. First, I wanted to show off the new Alphalete shorts. Just got in yesterday. These are the new Element Alphalete shorts. And honestly, the main reason I'm talking about them is because I love them a lot. I've like for sure been in the market for a while now for a good pair of shorts. And I was a little worried because Alphalete, it's hit and miss sometimes on the fit for me when it comes to their shorts. Sometimes they're like too tight and too short and too weird. But these are bomb, so I do recommend. They're like 50 bucks, but you get what you pay for. We're actually walking to the gym today because we're going to a new gym that's very close to our house. Not gonna tell you where, but it's beautiful outside. We still have probably a few more weeks before it gets super hot here in Arizona, so we're enjoying it while we can. All right, boys, we just finished up a nice chest session, but time to move on to shoulders, which is, as you know, my favorite thing to work out ever. The shoulders are where all the aesthetics are. But I actually made a reel the other day on my Instagram, and I was talking about tips for your shoulders. Not only just tips, but like big mistakes I see when people are training their shoulders, especially you guys out there that are trying to get those giant boulder shoulders. So we're gonna go over a few of those mistakes. But before I get to, I'm gonna talk about 3 different mistakes. But before we get there, I'm gonna remind everyone my favorite anterior delt exercise I've been rocking. And I have really small anterior delts, so hear me out. But they have been growing, and I swear it's because of this exercise. But instead of doing a front raise on the dumbbells, which is fine, you can do that too, try it on the cables and do it this way. So you're gonna put the cables nice and low, and then you're gonna step forward. So already you can see my anterior delts are being stretched backwards. The other thing I'm gonna do is gonna bend forward slightly. The front raise, I'm getting even more range of motion there, because if I'm up straight, then I stop here, but if I'm bending forward, I get more range of motion. And then lastly, I'm gonna add a little bit of adduction. So as you see, I'm starting out wide, and then I'm coming in close. And go thumbs up too. Try this. Oh, already. I'll get some cheater reps in there at the end. We kind of call those like +2 or +3 reps, where like you essentially reach like technical failure, but then you still kind of do a few cheater reps. I'm a fan of it. It's kind of a controversial topic in the industry. I do it though. Okay, so the 3 mistakes that we're making, it all has to do with lateral raises. I've said this a million times, but the way to really grow your shoulders is focusing on that lateral delt. So of course, yeah, you want to focus on your anterior and your posterior delts as well, but most of your volume should be on your lateral delts. That's where they're gonna grow the most and get huge. We're doing a lateral raise variation here. You can do the same techniques I'm teaching you right now can be done with dumbbells too. The cables, when you cross them like this, it allows for extra range of motion right here, that extra stretch. So you're getting way more range of motion under a resistance. But the mistakes I'm seeing, so a few of them. Number 1, going too heavy. Guys love going really heavy on their dumbbell lateral raises, and they just start doing them all whack. And just like, it looks awful. So go lighter, guys. And if you go lighter, then you can stop making these 2 other mistakes. So number 1, I'm gonna kind of demonstrate this. It has to do with that range of motion. For whatever reason, a lot of guys stop about right here. When they're doing lateral raises with dumbbells, with cables, whatever, they stop about right here. Instead, what I find is the best activation happens in that last few inches, like this part right here. And that might not seem like much, but as someone who has decent shoulders, so I've been told, that's the key right there, that last bit. Number 3 on the mistakes being made, and again, this a lot has to do with people going a little bit too heavy. It has to do with the moment arm. That's what we talk about in kinesiology and biomechanics. It's called your moment arm, which is how far away the weight is from your midline. So if you were to do it correctly, the weight should be perfectly at your side. We call this your frontal plane in biomechanics. That's where it should be. But what happens is guys start to come forward. They basically bend at the elbow, and the weight gets in front of them like this. And all that's doing is shrinking this distance. So this, versus this, that shrinks the moment arm, which puts less stress on your delt. So you're going heavier, but then you're taking less stress off of your shoulder by bending your elbow and bringing the weight closer to you. So basically, it makes no sense at all to do that. Instead, go lighter, keep the weight in the frontal plane by your side, better range of motion all the way up, and your delts are actually going to grow way better. So those are the 3 biggest mistakes I see. But we're going to finish off this delt sesh, hit some cardio, because you know your boy's on a little mini cut right now, down about 4-ish pounds, 4 or 5 pounds. Okay, you guys, finished up cardio, 20 minutes, incline treadmill, nice and easy. Just watching YouTube and stuff like that. It's so freaking nice out here.
It's the gentlest breeze.
Yeah, this place is perfect. We love Arizona. We love the palm trees. We love everything. But I have a question I'm gonna ask Maddie. Not yet. You don't even know what it is yet. I'm gonna ask her a question. We're gonna get down to the nitty gritty, and I'll wait till we're inside once we're home. But let's see what how she answers this question. I know, right? So we're gonna ask a super important question, Maddie. You represent in this moment all females in the world, so take your role very seriously. Obviously, my body has changed a lot in the last 9 months or so. I went from 170 pounds and shredded, diced to the bone, ab veins, just shredded, to now my highest was 213 pounds. Technically, I'm like 205 this morning, but whatever. 213, a lot fluffier, a lot softer, but a lot bigger. I was wearing like size larges were a bit looser on me, and now I'm like filling out some like XLs fit me, but like some XLs don't even fit me anymore. I literally just have to go buy a 2XL Alphalete shirt. It's ridiculous. So the big question in the past 9 months, what do you prefer? And what do girls prefer? Do they prefer shredded guys or bulk mode guys? Answer carefully.
Nah, I don't even have to think about it. Bear mode.
So what about the shreds though?
I mean, the shreds are cool, don't get me wrong. It's not like, bruh, yeah, sexy, man. I don't know, maybe some girls are into that.
Well, so,
like, you don't want the guy who is just skinny and has abs. Like, not that you were just skinny and have abs, but like, it's great, it's cool. It's like, yeah, ooh, nice tight core or whatever. You look sexy on the beach. Bear mode is just so, I don't know how to explain it. I don't know how to
So what's all the hype and the attention between, behind guys being all shredded and getting female attention that way, when really like you and I think a lot of other girls would say that, the bulked mode is better?
Okay, so I think there's a difference between bulked and fat.
Yes.
Okay. So I think a lot of girls would hear me out on that, where it's like, you're not fat, like you're just like filled out and you're a man and you're like big and you have like a presence.
Yeah.
There would be a point where if you just got fat, I'd be like, yeah, I probably prefer shredded. If that was what I was trying to determine, but like, it's the in-between. It's the in-between because you're filled out and you're big and you're a man and you just like swoon me and you crush me a little. But it's like sexy.
So okay, last kind of question I'll ask about this, but do you think it's different because you're married? Maybe like a married woman would want her man to be a little just bigger and bulkier, versus if maybe you're dating and maybe other things concern you too, like showing your boy off to your friends. And obviously, like, even if girls prefer the bulked guy, I still feel like they would show off their shredded boyfriend.
Yeah, it depends on how jacked your boyfriend is. Depends on how big and muscular your boyfriend is. Because again, there's a difference between bulked and fat.
Yeah.
So like, I really feel like abs is kind of like low on the totem pole. Like if you have shredded abs or not. Like if that was my biggest flex, like if I had a girl, if I was talking to my girlfriends and she was like, oh my gosh, my boyfriend is so hot, he has these like really shredded abs, but then he was like a twig. And then I came up and I was like, this is my boyfriend and he has huge arms and huge shoulders and a normal waist, like you right now, you can see like your top 2 abs maybe. That, I'd be like, yeah, my boyfriend's like a man. And that would still be like up here compared to that. College you, when you did your diet in like the summertime when we were just dating, and I've got all these pictures of you just like showing your abs, and I would like touch your abs and whatever, and it was just like, ooh, like sexy. I don't know, I still think if there's like a big muscular man who wasn't fat but wasn't shredded, he would win the cat fight every time in girls talk.
Okay, you heard it here first. there might be some merit to being decently lean.
Stop thinking about being shredded all the time. It doesn't matter.
And it's true. All right, there it is.
And I like when you're normal too. When you're not so concerned about being shredded and getting abs that you can never take me out on a date.
Yeah, I could totally see that.
So from all aspects, the in between.
All right, guys, thank you so much for watching this video. The truth is finally out there for the world to see. We'll see you in the next one.
Bye.
Peace out.